Howdy folks! Welcome back to Zodsadan, the show that recaps ASW events, because we briefly changed our name to X and then nobody could find us. We kick off this week with a hot opener between Gallagher and Fenix. On his way up, Fenix struggling a little bit lately. Just a barn burner opening match, short and sweet. Both men go for finishers, both men whiff their finishers. Slash actually catches him though. Gets the pinfall on Fenix. Another big win for Slash. CM Punk and Bryan have a contract signing for their open world title match at Super Survivor Series. One of the few contract signings in professional wrestling that doesn't devolve into violence. However, we do have one little twist. Paul Heyman, of course, out with Punk, points out that Bryan didn't really earn this shot. He hasn't really accomplished that much in ASW. He kind of defaulted into the shot. I'd say he's good enough to be in there, but he hasn't really earned it per se. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Therefore, Heyman adds a stipulation that if Bryan doesn't capture the title, that's the only shot he gets at Punk. One and done, do or die. Bryan is willing to agree with that, so the match is on for Super Survivor Series. The Rock up against Chavo Guerrero. Pretty quick win for Rock. Finally gets some momentum on his side. He grabs the mic afterwards, has a few choice words for Kevin Nash. Just absolutely lays into the guy ahead of their Super Survivor Series match. It's the beginning of a very rough evening for Mr. Nash, I'll tell you that much. Big three-way dance elimination match. We got Willow Nightingale, Becky Lynch, and Asuka jockeying over dominance in the NBA division. Trish Stratus interrupts Willow's entrance, starts attacking her on the mat. They brawl down to the ring. Back and forth match early on. Becky Lynch having a little bit of trouble getting going. Asuka actually finally getting some momentum going, one of her longest offensive flurries in the Federation so far. She has taken both of them out. She gets a few cheap shots in with a kendo stick on the outside on Becky Lynch, while Willow is down in the ring. Willow, though, toughing it out. She's got a lot of grit under that happy exterior. Masks a lot of grit, and she is calling on that. Becky's still down from the kendo stick shots. Willow and Asuka going back and forth. Asuka rolls her up, but Willow rolls through, gets the 3 count. Asuka is eliminated. This is an elimination match again. Down to Willow and Becky. Becky gets back in, brawls with Willow a little bit. Willow chucks her right back out again. Becky lands on the apron, pops back up pretty quickly. Slingshot double axe handle connects for Becky Lynch. She covers 1, 2, 3. Another big win for Becky. She's really been on a roll lately. That is not lost on Tony Schiavone and Taz at ringside. They're calling her as the favorite to take the title off of Kairi Hojo. We will see at Super Survivor Series. Speaking of Super Survivor Series, we have an all-captains 6-man tag match, but I figured we'd just spice Super Survivor Series up a little bit. It's not super enough yet. And so, I have a unique opportunity. Super Survivor Series will continue one way or another until only one is left standing, and the ultimate winner, the sole survivor, if you will receive the Sword of Damocles, which is like a legally distinct money in the bank. It can be cashed in at any time for an open world title match. And as such things tend to go in the world of wrestling, it will probably be a very cheap title change when it happens, but that's half the fun of it. On the other hand, I don't want just anybody winning the Sword of Damocles. So, we're going to have all 6 captains in action, and whoever takes the loss in this match will be fired. I want to make sure that our top contenders are the cream of the crop. So tonight, Shawn Michaels, Kofi Kingston, Chris Hero facing Kevin Nash, Eddie Guerrero, William Regal. One of these guys will never be seen again unless they come back. William Regal decides that those stakes are a little too high for him. He doesn't really like that. So he protects himself by taking a hike to the back before he really even gets in the match. Down to a 3-on-2, but can't really say I blame him. That's some tough competition, and can go really south really quick. Despite the numbers disadvantage, Kevin Nash, Eddie Guerrero showing an odd amount of team fluency. They are able to cut off the ring and control the flow of the match. They are able to isolate Shawn Michaels in their corner. Kofi and Hero try to make the save a few times, can't quite manage to get it going. Nash and Eddie tagging in and out, making the best of it. Like the dang heels they are, how dare they. Nash and HBK wrestling back and forth. Eddie sneaks in a low blow from outside the ring. Nash rolls him up. gets a 2.9, almost ending the career of Shawn Michaels there. Not quite. That brings Hero and Kofi for the rescue again. Hero runs interference on Eddie Guerrero on the outside. Kofi breaks things up, gives HBK a little bit of breathing room, taking it to Kevin Nash. Hero actually manages to get the upper hand on Eddie Guerrero on the outside. And finally, that ultimately leaves Kevin Nash in the ring with three very frustrated babyfaces. We've got a sweet chin music, he staggers into a cravat. Chris Hero throws him into a trouble in paradise. Ref finally gets control of the match, but Kevin Nash is in a bad way. Eddie's still down on the outside. HBK covers. 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, this is a Fed minus Kevin Nash. HBK celebrates the crowd. Nash can't believe it. He wasn't here for a long time, but he was here for a good time. He made a lot of noise, but it all amounted to nothing. Na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. He slinks up the entry ramp, and Scott Hall comes out, former partner in the Outsiders, longtime friend. Ain't any good blood left between them though. Rips the NWO shirt off of Nash, and jeers at him on his way out. Thank you, Kevin Nash. It was a good one. Kairi Hojo faces Trish Stratus in a non-title warm-up match. I gave him a little bit of pep talk. I just pointed out, that is not a stipulation I enjoy putting on there, so, better stay on my good side, better impress me. Always good to impress the boss, Back and forth match. Trish has not had much success in ASW so far, but she is holding her own with the champ tonight. They brawl into the outside. Trish bounces Kairi's head off the announce table a few times, rolls her back in, cradle, 1, 2, 2.9. When the chips are down, it's hard to keep her on the mat for 3 seconds. Digging deep, not giving in. It's a non-title match, but she still wants to give it her all here. Trish pulls her up, drop kicks Kairi into the ropes. Kairi bounces off, hits a spear on the rebound. Trish is down. Kairi thinks about it for a sec, mounts the ropes. Top rope flying elbow, that's gonna get the 3. Rough match for Kairi, but she comes out on top, as yet undefeated in ASW. Becky Lynch comes out to shake her hand. They of course have a friendly NBA title match scheduled for Super Survivor Series. Or maybe it's not so friendly as it turns out. Becky pulls her into a kick. Hits some kicks to the midsection. Hits some strikes. Cheap shots from Becky Lynch. We thought they were friends. It doesn't look like it. Becky showing her true colors. Kairi fighting back a little bit, but she is tired. She just went through a heck of a match. Becky gets her in the disarmor. Officials have to break it up to end the show. But Becky's standing tall going into the pay-per-view. Interestingly enough, after the show goes off the air, we did see Becky go over and get a congratulatory hug from somebody who looks suspiciously like Seth Rollins, but we didn't pay him, so we're not making a big deal of that. Anyway, that's about our show for tonight, and that is the Go Home show for Super Survivor Series. Go home, order the pay-per-view. It is on no streaming services, so good luck figuring that out. The highlight, of course, is going to be the Super Survivor Series itself. 6 teams of 4 clash. They will face off in elimination matches until there's one person remaining. Not necessarily men, we got some intergender stuff going. We have the Indie Heroes, led by Chris Hero, also including Slash Gallagher, Willow Nightingale, Kid Bandit. They are going up against the big leaders, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, Trish Stratus, and Asuka. Bit of a clash of styles, clash of mentalities. Should be a fun one. Hero gets to test his mettle in ASW. The showstoppers have been established for a while as Shawn Michaels, the main event mafia of Booker T and Scott Steiner, and The Rock. But with Kevin Nash's sudden departure, we have retooled the other team. It is now NWO All-Stars. It will be led by Scott Hall. He got kicked out of the Outsiders, he got kicked out of the team, but hey, he has a contract now and Kevin Nash doesn't, so he's taking it back over. Scott Hall captaining the team, also including Macho Man Randy Savage and the Lucha Bros. And finally we have a bit of a heated one. It is going to be the New Day and a partner of their choosing. They will be going against what is being termed the Sweet and Sour Combat Club. I don't know what exactly that means, but I have a few guesses. That's going to be William Regal, Larry Sweeney, and 2 players to be named later. So we only know half the competitors in that one, but they're all pretty dang good wrestlers, so real chance for some of them to shine and move up to the upper card. Those 24 people will be competing in those team matches, and then we'll have to call an audible for how the playoffs work, but eventually one will be standing and win an anytime title shot in the form of the Sword of Damocles. We also got traditional title matches. Kairi Hojo defends her NBA title against #1 contender, freshly turned heel again, Becky Lynch. We thought Becky and Kairi were buddies, and Kairi probably thought that too, but to her detriment. Can Becky capitalize on her treachery and finally secure the NBA title? Or will Kairi grit her way through again? Of course, we've already also got the Open World title. CM Punk defending against Daniel Bryan in Bryan's one and only shot for Punk at the title. That's what we got there, and we look forward to seeing you. Thanks for watching, have a good evening, and take a Tasha.